Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Evelyn, and today I want you guys to close your eyes and just imagine yourself sitting at the dinner table, surrounded by all your family and your friends, and you're finished with your meal. You know, your turkey with some stuffing and some mashed potato and gravy, and you're feeling, oh, I'm so stuffed, I can't eat another bite. But then you see someone bringing in that dessert, and you're like, oh, no, I cannot do this. But then when you look at it, you see that it's so chocolatey and caramelly and some fresh fruit on top. And you're like, okay, just one bite can't hurt. So you get a slice and you put it on your plate and you stare at it, and your mouth starts to water, and so you take a bite, and oh my God, it's like a piece of heaven. And you're probably wondering, what is she possibly talking about? Well, let me tell you. It is called choco flan, or impossible cake. Okay. And this will turn on. Okay, it's turning on. Okay, you will see that it is choco flan, or impossible cake. But don't let the name fool you, because it is very easy to make, and that is what I'm going to teach you. So first I want to tell you a little bit of history of flan. So flan is found in recipes as far as ancient Rome, and during Roman times they used to keep domesticated chickens for laying eggs, and they had too many eggs, so they came up with new recipes, and one of which turned out to be a custard concoction known as flan. Flan is found in different outlets. In Spain, it became a sweet custard made with caramelized sugar, and now nearly all of Central America and South America loves flan. It has become especially associated with Mexico, where flan is exquisitely produced in kitchens of rich and poor. Okay, let's get started. So what you will need. First, for the flan, you're going to need 4 eggs. I didn't bring eggs, but you're going to need 4 eggs, a can of evaporated milk, a can of condensated milk, which also is known as lechera, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Okay, for the chocolate cake, what you will need is a box of chocolate cake. If you know how to make chocolate cake, like you have your own recipe, you can do that. But the easy way is just to, buy one of these already that you just need to add egg and water, and it's ready. So this one's already used because I used it there. Also 3 eggs for that, cup of water or milk, depending on what your box tells you, and vegetable oil. Now for the caramel, you're going to need a cup of sugar and 1/4 cup of water. Or this is like really famous in Mexico. It's called cajeta. It's milk candy made out of milk, goat's milk actually, but it's really good. It's like caramel kind of, but and it's different. Okay, so for the caramel, you're going to put a saucepan on the stove with medium to low heat, and put the cup of sugar into the pan, and then pour the water, and then stir a little bit, but you want to make sure that it does not get stuck to the pan or it does not burn. And then you leave it until it liquefies or it turns into a caramelly color. And then you take it off the stove and you pour in your pan, which I have pictures. Okay, this is the cup of the sugar. Then we put it in our pan, and we put the water, and then it starts to boil a little, and then we put it in our baking pan. Now I also did put some of this because I like to mix it up a little bit, so I used half of what I said to do the sugar, and I put a little bit on the baking pan, and then you spread it around, and it will look like this. And so, okay, for the flan, you will need your eggs, your evaporated milk, and your condensated milk, and you just put it into a blender and you blend, and it's really easy to make. And then you pour it into your, okay, so here's the blender and the eggs and the milks and a little bit of your vanilla extract, and then you pour it into your pan. Okay, the next thing is the chocolate cake. So the chocolate cake, I'm pretty sure everybody has tried making some of this, and it's super easy. So you just follow the instructions that it's on the back of your box, and this one says to add 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, and half a cup of oil. So you put all that and you beat it up with your beater and mix it until it has no more clumps, and then you pour it into your baking. So here's the powder that comes in this box, and then we mix. I like to mix it up with a fork first so it has no clumps, and then we go in with our beater and start mixing it. And then we pour it into the flan, and you see how it's gonna mix, but at the end you'll see what happens. So it mixes right here. Now to bake, you put it okay, you can bake it either on your stove or in the oven. Either way it works fine. So you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or turn your stove to medium heat. So in a much larger pan, you pour water. You want to pour it about halfway. Then the baking pan with our cake mix and our flan, you put it inside the water, and you don't want. You should cover it up with aluminum, and try not to let the water go in, because that will ruin your cake. So you put it in the stove and you bake for about half an hour. So see, this is my larger pan. There's water in there. You can't really tell, but there's water. And then you put it in the pan. You want to cover it with aluminum foil, but I didn't have aluminum foil. So then we put it into our oven to 350 degrees, and then we leave it for about an hour and a half. And before enjoying, you have to take it out of the oven and out of your large pan, throw the water away. So you want to wait for it to cool down for half an hour. Leave it down, because you don't want to flip it when it's too hot, because it might break. So after the half hour is gone, flip it over into another plate, and then if you want to decorate it, you can. So this is how it looks when it comes out. You can see that it kind of has still a little bit on the side, but then when we flip it, it looks like that, and the chocolate is on the bottom. See how it's separated? Can't really explain how it separates, but it mixes up, but then it separates. I guess it's the different kind of materials that it has. And so now we want to enjoy and decorate it, and here's our flan.
Oh my
gosh. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you can do this, for Thanksgiving for your family. You can surprise them.
Yeah.
So thank you.